Hello guys, welcome back in the series of attendance management system using ASP.NET. In previous video, we have seen how to add teachers into a database in admin panel. So in today's video, we are going to see how to assign a subject to a particular teacher. So first of all, we have to create a new page on a Visual Studio. We have to create a web form with master page or with the name teacher subject. You have to remember one thing. The pages we are creating, the name of that pages we have already mentioned here that the name should be match with this name. The page name that we have added, that name should be matched with this page name, okay? That we have provided in this admin master button, okay? On click event of admin master page. Now let's add a new page. Add a form with master page. Give the page name as teacher subject. Click on OK. Select the master page. Okay. This is how our master page look like. Here I have taken 5 drop down lists, one button, one label text, one validation, and your required field validator, okay, and one grid view. So let's see the code. First of all, I have taken one center tag. Within center tag, I have taken one div tag. In div tag, I have given the style equals to background image. I have provided the image URL with the width 1200 pixel. Within that, I have taken one table tag with the property align is equals to center, height is equals to 340 pixel, width 392 pixels. Within table tag, I have taken 10 table row. In first table row, I have taken one table data. Within that, I have given call span is equals to 2, align is equals to center. In that, I have given S2 header tag with the text allocate subject. After that, I have taken one break tag. In second table row, I have taken two table data. Within first table data, I have taken one bold tag with the text teacher and 3 character space. In second table data, I have taken one drop-down list and one required field validator. In drop-down list, I have set the auto postback is equals to true, height is equals to 40 pixel, width 197 pixel, and in required field validator control, I have given the error message as select teacher name, control to validate drop-down list 1. That is the ID of this drop-down list. Full color is equals to red and the text as asterisk. In third table row, I have taken two table data. In the first table data, I have taken one bold tag with the text as course and three character space. In second table data, I have taken one drop-down list and one required field validator. In drop-down list, I have set the property auto post back is equals to true, height is equals to 40 pixel, width for 97 pixel. In require field validator control, I have given the error message as select course control to validate is equals to drop down list 2, that is the idea of this drop down list. Four color red, text as asterisk. In four table row, I have taken two table data. In first table data, I have taken one bold tag with the text year and three character space. In second table data, I have taken one drop down list and one required field validator. In drop down list, I have set the property auto post back is equal to true, height is equal to 40 pixel, width 197 pixel. Within the drop-down list, I have taken four list items with value 0, select year with value 1, first year with value 2, second year with value 3, third year. In require field validator, I have given error message as select of year, control to validate drop-down list 3, that is the idea of this drop-down list. For color is equals to red and the text as asterisk. In fifth table row, I have taken two table data. In first table data, I have taken one bold tag with the text semester and three character space. In second table data, I have taken one drop-down list control and one required field validator control. In drop-down list, I have given the property auto post back is equals to true, height 40 pixel, width 197 pixel. In drop-down list, I have taken one list item with the value 0 and the text as select semester. In require field validator, I have given error message as select semester, control to validate drop-down list 5, that is the idea of this drop-down list, and the code color red and text as hashtag. In sixth table row, I have taken two table data. In first table data, I have taken one bold tag with the text as subject with three character space. In second table data, I have taken one drop-down list control and one required field validator control. Within the drop-down list, I have set the property auto post by research to true, height 40 pixels, width 97 pixels. In required field validator control, I have given error message as select subject, control to validate drop-down list 4, that is the idea of this drop-down list. For color is equals to red and the text as hash 2. In sixth table row, I have taken one table data. In table data, I have given the call span to align is equals center. Within table data, I have taken one button control with the text add font bold true, height 47 pixel, width 56 pixel. In seven table row, I have taken one table data with corresponds to true, align full center. Within that, I have taken one label control with the font bold true. In second last table row, I have taken one table data with corresponds to true, Within that, I have taken one validation summary control with the property for color is equals to red. And in last table row, I have taken one table data with the property corresponds to true, align equals center. Within that, I have taken one grid. And after end of table tag, I have given some break tag. Double click on this drop down list for the year and double click on this drop down list for the semester. Now double click on this add button. Now add the link spaces for the configuration manager class. Same for SQL connection class. Same for data table. So let's see what I have taken here. First of all, I have given the connection string. From configuration manager class, I have taken the connection string which is of name connection. Now and store that connection string in the string variable str. Now in page load event, I have given if not is postback, then call this function, that is drop down teacher show, drop down course show teacher subject. In this condition, not is post back. That means when the page load for the very first time, before posting any request to the server, at that time it will going to load this all these three functions. So let's see what is inside in that functions. In drop down teacher show function, I have given the SQL connection class, the con as object name, and I have provided the connection string. After that, I have opened the connection. In SQL command class, I have given the SQL command, that is select star from teacher. I have provided the connection string. And I have provided a SQL connection object here. This will going to return the all records from teacher table. After that, I have taken the drop down list one dot data source equals to cmd execute reader. It will going to execute this SQL command and going to store as data source for the drop down list form. After that, I have given the drop down list dot data text field, that is t name, and data value field is equals to tid. In teacher table, there is column t name and tid. tid is the primary key for that table, that is teacher id, t name, that is teacher name. So based on that, it will going to display the data in drop down list one. So for displaying that, we have to bind that by using the data bind function. But I want to show at 0 index this value, select teacher. After that, all the list of value that is coming from table teacher will going to display in reading wall. After that, I have closed the connection. Now in drop down course show function, again I have given here SQL connection. I open the connection. In SQL command, I have given the select star from course. It will take all the records from the course table and it will going to execute this SQL command and store in the data source of for the drop down list 2, and the data text field, that is course name, data value field, that is course id, which is the column name in the course table, that is course name, cid, that is course id. These two columns are present in the course table. Let me show you. Here in course table, two columns there, CID, it is course ID, course name, and same for teacher table. In teacher table, teacher ID, TID, teacher name, T name, that is we have given here. Now here data text field and data value field, what is that? Data text field is that is going to display the result to the user. The data present in column course name, that will going to display to the user, and the column CID, that the data present in column CID will be acting as a value to be selected by the user. At front it will going to display the course name, at back side it will going to take the course ID. Same for the teacher also, same for the teacher table also here. Now after that I have binding with the data bind function to the drop down list 2, and at 0 index I have inserted this data, that is select course. That means at 0 index, first of all it will going to display this value. After that the value coming from this course table will going to display. After that it will going to close the connection. Now let me run. Hmm. When the user select the value from the drop down list 3, that is drop down list here, when the user click on this drop down list or select any value from this drop down list, then based on that it will going to display the next drop down list value, that is for semester drop down list. So for that we have to provide this code in the drop down list selected index chain for the drop down list 3 event. Okay, in this event, first of all I have taken the if condition. Within that I have taken the id which is selected from the drop down list 3. The value, selected value, the value coming from drop down list 3, drop down list 3 here, the value which is 0 1 2 3. First of all I am taking that selected value and converting it into integer, and checking that those id should be greater than 0. Why? Because at 0 index I have given the select here, which is not present in our table. So which is not in use, so that is why we are not taking the considering this value 0, that is select here. Now if it is greater than 0, then it will going to execute this code with the within the if condition. Okay, first of all I have given the data table with the object name state dt. Now I am adding two columns in data table. First one I have provided the same id, that is semester id, which is type of integer, and second the column name I have taken the same name, that is semester name. I am adding these two columns in the data table. Now based on the condition that if drop down list 3 dot selected value is equals to double equal to 1, if it is 1, the selected value, if it is equal to 1, then it will going to add the row in data table. Here row means that we have two columns, right? You can consider this first column and this is a second column. Okay, in first column, now this the data present in this column is row 1. Okay, this is the row 2, row 3, right? In first row the same id will be going to 0 and the same name, that is for the column same name, that the value for that select semester, and for the same id will be going to 1 and the same name is equals to will be going to same 1, same id 2, same name same 2. The value present here which is in integer is SEMID, and the value present here, that is semester name, SEM name. Okay. Now in second if condition, if the drop down list 3 dot selected value double equal to 2, if the selected value is equals to 2, then it will going to add the rows with the following data. First, that is 0 with value, select semester 3, sem 3, 4, sem 4. This is the SEM ID and this is the SEM name. In the third if condition, if drop down list 3 dot selected value is equal to 3, then it will going to add the rows at 0 ID, SEM ID and SEM name as select semester 5th, SEM 5th, 6th, SEM 6th. This is the SEM ID, this is the SEM name. Now after that it will going to all these rows has been present in data table object, that is state dt. So we have to add as a data source for the drop down list file. Now so in drop down list file we have to provide the data text field, data value field, and the data text field, the value going to display to the user, that is coming from the same name column which we have added here in data table, same name. And the data value field, that is SEM ID, the column, the first column which we have added, that is SEM ID. Now we have to bind that data, that is why we have taken the data bind function. Now it will check that if drop down list dot selected value is equal to 0, then it will going to display the message in label 1, that is please select proper semester field. Now after that, when now the value has been displayed in the control semester. Now after selecting this semester, based on that the subject will going to display. Before selecting here you must select a teacher, so I am not selected a teacher. Now select the course. Now based on this year the semester has came. Okay, now based on selecting on this semester, based on that the subject will going to come. Okay, so for displaying this subject based on this semester control, then we have to provide this code within the drop down list file selected index change event. In this event, I have taken the try catch block. Within the try block, I have given the one integer variable course ID. In that, I am taking the drop down list to selected value and converting it into integer and storing it in course ID. And here I am taking the drop down list 3 dot selected item dot text, the text value which is coming from drop down list 3. I am storing it in here, which is of string data type. Same here for the drop down list 5. I am storing it in variable sem, which is of data type string. Now I have taken SQL connection. I have opened the connection. In SQL command class, I have given the SQL command, that is select star from subject where CID, that is course ID, and the year and the sem. Based on this based on these three columns, that is course ID, year and semester, all the value present in subject will go to display. And now the query present in the SQL command will going to execute with the execute reader function and store it as a data source for drop-down list 4. After that, we have to provide the data text field, data value field. Based on that, it will going to display in the drop-down list 4. So for data field, data text field, I provided the subject name column, and data value field, I provided the subject ID, which is present in subject table. Let me show the subject table. In subject table, here the column STID, that is student ID, yes name, that is student name. Now we have to bind that. For that, we have used data bind function, and at 0 index we have to insert this data, that is select subject, so that it will go at 0 index, it will going to display this first, and all the records will going to display after this, which is coming from subject table. Now in catch block, it will catch the exception which is generated and going to display that exception message in the label text. If any exception generated, then it will going to display this message in the label 1 text, that is before selecting. Here you must select teacher and course field, which is in red color. Okay, now the user has selected all these controls and clicking on this add button control, then what function is should perform. Let's see. On button click event, I have given the if condition. Within that, it will going to check that drop down list 1 dot selected value is equals to select semester, and drop down list 2 dot selected value is equals to select course, and drop down list 5 dot selected value is equals to select semester, and drop down list 4 dot selected value is equals to subject. When the value which is coming from this drop down list 1, which is equal to select teacher, and for the drop down list 2, which is the selected value is equals to select course, and in drop down list 5 the selected value is equals to select semester, and in drop down list 4 the selected value is equals to subject, then it will going to execute this code which is present in this if part, that is it will going to display the message in label 1 text, that is please select all the fields. If you notice that this selects teacher, select course, select semester, all this value has been present at 0 index of all the drop down list. That means you can see here at 0 index this value is showing, right? That means user has not selected those controls. So that is why first of all we have to check that if the user has selected a control or not. If not, then it will going to display this message for selecting all the fields. Or else if all the control, if all the drop down list has been selected with some values, and the drop down list for teacher which is not selected, then it will going to display this message that please select all fields, or you can simply write here please select the teacher field. Okay, now after that, in else if another else if condition, it will going to check if the selected value is equals to course, select course. If all the drop down list has been selected but the course drop down list is not selected, then it will going to display the message please select all the fields. If you want, you can change that. Please select the course field. Now after that, I have taken another else if condition. Here it will going to check for select subject. If it is the selected value is equal to select subject, then it will going to display this message. Please select all the fields. If you want to change, you can change. Please select course field, subject field. If all this condition is not matched, then it will going to execute the else part. First of all, it will going to check that the value selected is already selected to the selected subject has been already assigned to that particular teacher. Then for that we have to write this query. First of all, for communicating to database, we require a SQL connection. After that, for writing the query, I have taken the SQL data adapter. That is, I have taken here the SQL command, that is select star from teacher table, teacher subject, where teacher is equals to, which is coming from this drop down list 1, and the course which is coming from drop down list 2, year which is coming from drop down list 3, semester which is coming from drop down list 5, and subject which is coming from drop down list 4. When the teacher name and teacher name, course name, year, semester and subject, the value of that matches in table teacher subject, then it will going to display all the records of that column. Okay, and it will going to store it in data table. For storing that data table, we have to use fill method of SQL data adapter class. After filling that data in data table, we have to check that if any data is there in data table or not. For that, we have to check that rows count is equals to 1. If the count of that rows present in data table is equals to 1, that means data is present in data table. After that, we have to take the label 1 for displaying the message, that is selected teacher is already assigned to the selected subject, which means the value coming from this drop down list, based on that the value coming and going to store in data table. That means the user has selected those teacher and those subject which is already present in table. That in simple words, the subject you are assigning to a teacher, if it is already assigned, then it will check from table, and if it is there, and it will going to display this message which is red color. Or else, if it is not, if the selected teacher has been not assigned the selected subject, then it will going to execute in else part. That first of all, we have to provide the connection, open the connection, and in SQL command I have given the SQL command, that is in SQL command class I have given the SQL command, that is insert into teacher subject. Now we are inserting all the selected value in teacher subject table. So based on the column, I have provided the values which is coming from the parameters at 0, coming from the value coming from this drop down list 1. At 2, it is coming from the drop down list 2. At 3, it is coming from drop down list 3. At 4, it is coming from drop down list 5. At 5, it is coming from drop down list 4. All this value will going to store in table teacher subject. For executing this query, we have to use execute non-query function. After executing that query, we have to close the connection, and now after that we have to set the value for the drop down list, that the selected value is equal to select teacher, drop down list to selected value is equal to select course, drop down list for dot selected value is equal to select subject, and we have to display the text message that successfully added. The subject we are assigning to a teacher is successfully added, which is color for color in green color. Now after that we have to display it in grid view, right? For that we have taken one function, show teacher subject. Within that I have taken the SQL connection class and SQL data type class. Within that I have taken the SQL command, that is select teacher, course, year, semester, subject from teacher subject. From teacher subject table, it will going to display the teacher column, course column, year column, semester column with the name as semester, and subject column. It will going to display all this column data and going to store in data table. Before that we have to open the connection, and for storing in data table we have to call the fail function of SQL data adapter class. After that we have to bind that data which is stored in data table with the first. Before binding we have to provide the data source, that is dt, and after that we have to bind that data to the grid view. For that we have called data bind function. So let's see by adding one subject. So let's see by assigning a subject to a teacher. First of all select the teacher. Select the course, select the year, then select the, after selecting year select the semester, then after that select the subject. Now click on add. Successfully added. But it is not reflecting in this grid view after adding. So for that we have to call that function which is for displaying the grid view inside in this button click event after adding this record. First of all we have to close the debugging mode. Now you can see the previous record has been displayed here. Let's add new record. Click on add. Successfully added, and you can see the record has been reflected in grid view. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.